I mean, obviously she's a very, very talented player, and I was talking with someone before the game, and it's like she's a number one pick, and number one picks continue to grow and develop into this league and really make their mark. And for her to be able to handle everything that she's handling on and off the court and still play and be locked in with her team, it's great to see. I think that everyone knows, Sav and I know, coming to the WNBA there's an adjustment just from the level of play and playing against the best every single night, but she has a good group around her to continue to build and learn, and obviously a young core, but reminds me a little bit of when I was in Seattle.
To be able to see her do what she did in college, and now being able to go up against her, I'm just excited to see what she's gonna be able to accomplish. Obviously, my rookie season I played 2 games, and so I think it was a little bit different than what a lot of people have had to go through. And then coming back into my first season playing, I was navigating being that number one pick, having the target on your back, and also navigating not being healthy and trying to come back. And so it's just tough. I mean, you always are going to have to fight adversity, and I think that's part of everyone's journey, is being able to kind of weather that storm and figure out what makes you you. And she's so young, she's going to be able to learn and grow. Times like this are kind of when you figure out what you're really made of and how you can continue to improve as a teammate, as a basketball player, as a person. And so I'm not the least bit worried about what she's going to be able to accomplish in the league. I just know she's going to continue to work really hard and stick with it, and good things will happen to good people.
Involves some of the biggest names in the sport. At the center of the storm is Breanna Stewart, and the rising superstar many believe holds unmatched influence, Caitlin Clark. And according to growing buzz around the league, their connection to the future of the WNBA and the growing uncertainty around the Women's National Basketball Players Association could shape what happens next. Because right now, the conversation isn't just about basketball. It's about leadership, direction, and whether the sport's biggest stars can help steady the ship during a turbulent moment. Trouble around Unrivaled. The new women's basketball project Unrivaled was supposed to represent innovation, a bold step toward new opportunities, increased visibility, and fresh momentum for players. But insiders say the rollout hasn't been without challenges. Questions about structure, expectations, and long-term sustainability have sparked debate among players and fans alike, with many wondering how the project fits into the broader landscape of women's basketball. And as conversations intensify, attention is turned toward the league's most influential voices. Stewart steps into the spotlight. Breanna Stewart has long been seen as one of the most respected leaders in the game. Her resume, leadership style, and willingness to speak on big issues have made her a central figure whenever major conversations arise. Sources say Stewart understands the stakes, not just for one project, but for the perception of player-led initiatives across the sport. That's why her outreach and public comments have been interpreted by many as a call for unity and collaboration during a moment of uncertainty. Why Caitlin Clark's role matters. Few athletes today command as much attention as Caitlin Clark. Her arrival at the professional level brought unprecedented viewership, new fans, and massive media focus. Whether on the court or off, her influence is undeniable. Because of that, many believe her involvement, even symbolically, can shift momentum around any major initiative in the sport. It's not about one player carrying the weight alone, but about the impact of star power in shaping narratives and building confidence among fans and stakeholders. The WNBPA pressure cooker. Meanwhile, discussions around player representation continue to heat up. Periods of rapid growth often bring intense scrutiny, and the Players Association finds itself navigating complex expectations from athletes, fans, and league leadership. Moments like this can test any organization, especially when emotions and expectations are running high. How leadership responds could shape trust and unity across the league moving forward. Fans react to the headlines. As speculation spreads, fans have flooded social media with reactions. Some see this as a sign of growing pains, a natural part of a rapidly evolving sport. Others view it as a pivotal moment that could define how player-led ventures are perceived in the future. But nearly everyone agrees on one thing. The involvement of stars like Stewart and Clark elevates the conversation instantly. Bigger than one project. Despite the dramatic headlines, those close to the situation say the focus remains on the bigger picture, building a stronger, more sustainable future for women's basketball. Projects like Unrivaled represent ambition and creativity, but they also require collaboration, patience, and clear communication to succeed. Moments of tension can sometimes become moments of growth if handled carefully. What happens next? Conversations are expected to continue as players, organizers, and leadership work through challenges and refine their vision. Whether this moment becomes a setback or a turning point will depend on how stakeholders respond in the weeks ahead. But one thing is certain, the spotlight isn't going anywhere. A defining leadership moment. Sports history often remembers the moments when leaders step forward during uncertainty. Whether through public statements, behind-the-scenes collaboration, or simply bringing people together, leadership can change the trajectory of an entire movement. And right now, many believe the actions of the game's biggest stars could help shape what comes next. Strong outro. In times of uncertainty, the biggest voices often carry the greatest responsibility. And as the situation continues to unfold, the basketball world is watching closely to see whether unity, leadership, and star power can turn challenges into opportunity. Because this story isn't just about one project, it's about the future direction of the game itself.
What did it feel like to take this court in the state of New York in front of your family and friends and in front of the Liberty fans?
It feels like I made the right decision.
So I loved North Carolina.
Oh,
When I was a kid,
I didn't know
if
that.
I could have committed in 8th grade to North Carolina, I would have gone to North Carolina.
Wow.
I wrote a letter to Sylvia Hatchell.
Really?
I was obsessed. I don't know if it was the colors or what, but I had like jerseys and everything.
Man, I gotta get
And
that
when I was
letter.
younger, I actually went on a visit because I wrote the letter. She let me come on a visit.
What did the letter say?
I don't know, just that I hope that I can play for her one day or whatever.
Okay.
But it was like 1 year before I blew up.
Okay.
So it must have been when I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
And they like did all the nice things or whatever. And then it was like 8th grade. They were like, come back, come back, come back, come back.
Oh my God.
So that was,
I love it. It went from like they thought they were doing you a favor to now like begging you.
I know. I would have committed to them right there on the spot.
But so was UConn like a foregone conclusion? You knew pretty
Yeah.
much right away.
Basically, once I went there and then I visited some other schools. It was like, these schools are amazing, you know, they look incredible and they have all this stuff, but you can't get from a player perspective what players get from UConn. And that's from like the coaches and just the players that have gone there before. Like that championship mindset and mentality doesn't happen everywhere.